What improved your life so much you wished you did it sooner? I stopped arguing with random strangers on the internet. Doing at least one chore a day. You'd be amazed at how well getting something done, even if you hate it, can fight back against certain depressive mentalities, particularly the ones that convince you you're useless or are a burden. I started viewing things as potential experiences rather than just opportunities for achievement. Before that, for example, if I took a class, then I was only focused on the grade. If I couldn't get a good grade, I didn't like the class. Heck, I wouldn't even start a book if I thought it might be too hard or too long and I might not finish it. Then, I realized that the purpose of classes and books and other things was to learn, and that hard ones were likely the ones I learned the most from, even if I didn't get the best grade. I started doing all sorts of stuff with the idea that I just wanted the experience. Even if I was the worst one out there, who cares? I wasn't there for the achievement, I wanted to learn things. This worked socially as well, and I started taking way more risks, telling myself that, at the very least, it would be a learning experience. I saw a saying once, "It's only a failure if you stop trying. Otherwise, it's an experiment." I love it. I moved away from the state I grew up in. I didn't know how unhappy I was. I had gotten used to being miserable, and now that I'm in a better area, I'm a completely different person. Learning how to set boundaries and to say no. Daily exercise. It doubled my energy for an hour out of my day. Quitting smoking. Low impact cardio. Frick, I love to run, but it destroyed my legs. I can swim my little heart out. When I was told that I would lose my eyesight, it made me pay more attention to how beautiful the sky was. I can still see, and I enjoy watching the clouds on a level I can't even explain. Exercise every day. Anxiety and depression are much easier to manage, and I got some confidence I haven't had in years. Quitting drinking is the best thing I've ever done for my mental and physical health, and has done nothing but improve my relationships. The last year and a half have been the best I've ever had. Not everyone can afford this, but moving closer to work. My commute went from 45 miserable minutes in traffic, glaring in hatred at all the taillights in front of me, to a pleasant 15-minute bike ride. I got an hour of free time every day and better health. Reading books way more. Bachelor's degree at 47 years old. Master's degree at 50 years old. I doubled my salary in 4 years. I went from just getting by to being on track for retiring at 60. Eating more healthy. Here's some suggestions with the reminder that this works for me, and it may not work for you. If you really are serious about losing weight, consult a doctor and/or a nutritionist. 1. I was a carb fiend. Pasta, rice, bread. If it had a carb, I wanted 4 servings of it. Sugar's a carb too, so I started watching how many carbs I consumed a day. It shocked me. So now I'm a lot more aware of how many carbs I eat. 2. Building on number 1, serving sizes. To me, an open container of any size was a single serving. I pay attention to how much I'm supposed to eat. For snacks, I'm addicted to Smart Food. You can order a bunch of them in single serving sizes. 3. Vegetables. I always ate vegetables, now I eat more. What used to be 2/3 potatoes or pasta or rice with the meal is now 2/3 vegetables. 4. Cut back on meat. We usually go meatless for dinner at least twice a week. I hardly eat it at breakfast, and lunch is about 50-50. I'd say 90% of the meat we do eat is chicken or fish. 5. I've always loved to cook, but now I'm really stretching my wings and trying things I wouldn't do before. If you don't know how to cook, learn. Alton Brown or Ina Garten are great starting places. Don't be intimidated by it. You're not working for Gordon Ramsay. You're just feeding yourself. Learn spices. Steaming veggies suck. Roast that stuff. Stir fry that stuff. Eat it raw. Anything but steaming. Except boiling. That's worse. 6. Bring your lunch to work. If you eat breakfast at work, bring that too. Same with snacks, unless you can get healthy ones there. 7. Don't beat yourself up if you have a cheeseburger. You are going to fail. I fail all the time. Every day is a new start. 8. We only eat out or order out once a week. 9. Water. More than you think. Learn to love to pee. 10. I can't do this right now because I broke my foot, but a walk after every meal helps with your blood sugar. 10 minutes after breakfast and lunch, a half hour after dinner. 11. All things in moderation. You can have butter or cheese or fried foods, just not every meal. And keep to what you're supposed to eat. It's a lot smaller than you think. Anyway, that's some of the stuff that I personally did. It worked for me. It may not work for you. I'm not a dietitian, just some dude who wanted to lose some weight. I stopped living my life just waiting for the weekend. When you work 5 days a week and have just 2 days off, it's not good to always be waiting for those 2 days. You can plan something meaningful or fun every day, even if it's just a small thing. Listening to the sound of rain to fall asleep. I started flower gardening. It's really relaxing. You'll see results all summer. You'll have a lot of successes and failures, but failures bring improvements. Also, I listen to Audible books while I'm at it sometimes. This is especially great if you have a desk job. Improving my social skills. Looking back, I could have made some awesome new friends, but nope, my anxiety-driven butt had to be difficult back then. No one has said it yet, but laser eye surgery. Best money I've ever spent. Getting a work from home 40 hours a week job. I was working like 55 hours a week in a warehouse before. I added so much room for activities. Flossing. Actually, I use a water pick now. Now, my hygiene and cleaning visits are a breeze, and I haven't had a cavity in years. Quitting drinking. Everything is easier these days. I'm coming up on 4 years. Finally talking with my then new family doctor about my misuse of decongestant nose spray. He told me it's a common issue and that there is help. 1.5 years of tapering off and 2 surgeries later, I used bad nose spray for the final time. I could kick myself for not talking about it for more than 20 years. I got a proper diagnosis. I think a lot of people question what's wrong with me for years. When they finally get diagnosed, it's a big relief and changes a lot in a better way. I got a bidet toilet attachment. There's nothing like having a clean butt all the time. Walking. I've got stamina again. Riding my bike at least an hour a day. I just packed up and moved thousands of miles away. I left everything behind and just started over. Besides some debt, a suitcase, and contacts for only the non-toxic people in my life, it's been an extremely liberating experience. Looking back, nothing was really preventing me from doing it sooner. No real reasons, at least. I just kept coming up with excuses not to do it until one day I couldn't think of one. Just trying to be more positive in general. I did fencing in college, and after that, I just couldn't make it work with my school and work schedule. 15 years later, I found a club and started doing it again. I hate every other sport, and exercising just to exercise is unpleasant and boring. This is the only one for me, and I needed something to make me active. Finding the right therapist. I've been in since I was 9, and found the right one at 23. It's only been maybe 6 months, but I've already unpacked so much more trauma in that small time than I did all the other years wasted in therapy. Moving out of my home country. I learned Spanish. Now, I have a lot of amazing Latino friends, and I got a lot of great gigs and opportunities because of it. Setting rules for myself. After COVID started, I spent a year drinking and eating pizza every other day, and at that time, I thought, why shouldn't I keep doing it if I enjoy it? You can die anytime, so you should make the most out of what little time you have, right? The problem being, apart from having health consequences, is that it quickly becomes not enjoyable, and I realize now how miserable I was during that time. Most things are only fun when you do them occasionally. Sounds obvious, I know, but it was not obvious for my dumb butt. Now I have set rules for myself that I can only drink on Sundays and only eat junk food once a month, and it's so much more rewarding and fun. Meeting my wife. That woman fills my heart in ways words can't describe. It just can't be too much sooner, because then I wouldn't have my awesome stepsons. Learning how to do everything myself. Car issue? Look it up. Fix my fence? Look it up. Just do it all myself. Replace valves? Look it up. If they don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Yoga. My response would be a combination of a lot of the other responses. I work out, I'm mindful of my diet, and I make time for my hobbies. I'd like to add that I think you shouldn't take life too seriously. Everyone has bad days. Everyone has good days. Everyone makes mistakes. Just go with the flow and have a good time. If you got through this entire video, please comment down below what improved your life so much that you wish you did it sooner. As always, please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.